My name is Esmeralda Melissa, and today I'm here with my colleague Anis Hamidati. We are here to present our research findings entitled Social Media Empowerment, How Social Media Help to Boost Women Entrepreneurship in Indonesian Urban Areas. This presentation is part of Media Asia 2012 conference. This presentation will be divided into two different parts. The first part will be presented by my colleague, and she's going to talk about the backgrounds of the study, the potential of entrepreneurship to reduce unemployment, the case study of Indonesia, the phenomenon of women entrepreneurs in Indonesia, and women's roles in Indonesia. And then I will carry on by talking about the potential of ICTS in boosting women entrepreneurship in Indonesia, and the factors influencing the success of women social media entrepreneurship in the country. Thank you very much, and now I will proceed to my friend Anis Hamidati.
Unemployment is an issue in Indonesia. The current rate of unemployment reaches up to 7%. Out of the total working population, about a quarter actually work only as part-timers or as casual workers. Now, there are many reasons contributing to this. Namely, there's an unequal development across the country, and also that there is a gap between the number of workforce and also the available job openings, as well as there is a lack of skilled workers. Now, the government proposed that the solution to this problem is to encourage entrepreneurship amongst Indonesians. So entrepreneurship is seen as a way to reduce unemployment. And for many who are unable to access employment, entrepreneurship becomes the only means to make the ends meet. And of course, surveys that are conducted shows that also that there is a large fraction of employees who aspire to be entrepreneurs for the reasons of reaching greater self-reliance and self-realization. And moreover, entrepreneurs often register to have higher levels of job satisfaction in comparison to employees. Now, the multiplying effect of entrepreneurship is, of course, job creation. However, the different motives in entering self-employment actually leads to the different expectation of the number of jobs that are being produced. For example, for opportunity-driven entrepreneurship, it leads to the expectation for a higher number of job created is actually higher, while for necessity-driven, it is actually lower. And of course, entrepreneurship contributes to the local communities by providing locals with work and consequently contributes to the welfare of the overall community. In the case of Indonesia, entrepreneurship is only about 0.18% of the whole population. Now, this means that there is the need for 4.76 million more entrepreneurs to be able to reach the ideal state of 2% across the country. Now, of course, the government has been pushing for entrepreneurship to support programs to reduce unemployment, for poverty alleviation, and also to increase welfare. One of the challenges of entrepreneurship in Indonesia has to do with culture. So there's the preference of the majority of the population to have wage work or paid work instead of self-employment. And it really has to do with the education system, where the education system is trying to create trying to create graduates who are work ready to work for others instead of encouraging entrepreneurial activities. Okay, in looking into the women's roles in Indonesia, there's the traditional belief that men are the breadwinners, while women are the homemakers who stay at home, who stays and conduct domestic work and also taking care of the children. However, there's also the need for women increasingly so, to harmonize between their career as well as their family life. Because apparently when women decide to stay at home full-time, they actually face unfavorable consequences. For example, they are lacking in self-actualization. They are also lacking in power in decision-making within the family itself. Now, women entrepreneurs in Indonesia is increasingly constitute as a significant population of the business population, especially in the informal sector. This also has to do with culture and gender in Indonesia, where entrepreneurship is seen as the only means, in some cases is seen as the only means to balance professional and family life. Now, there are push and pull factors that are involved which motivates women to enter entrepreneurship. The push would be, some of them would include dissatisfaction with their salary work. There is perhaps insufficient family income, and there is also the desire to balance between professional life and also family life. Now, the pull factors would include the potential for business and also the prospective values that the entrepreneurship or the business has for them. Now, these values include independence. It also includes self-fulfillment, entrepreneurial drive. There's also the desire for wealth, also for social status and power, as well as social mission. Now, education itself has a really big influence nowadays in increasing the need for self-actualization for women in non-domestic setting. Overall, women entrepreneurs are able to contribute to self, family, and the society. And now my colleague Esmeralda Melissa will talk about ICTs and women entrepreneurship, as well as the factors influencing the success of women social media entrepreneurship.
And now I'm going to talk about the potential of ICTs in boosting women entrepreneurship in Indonesia. As mentioned previously, that self-employment is actually giving a lot of solution for unemployment issue in Indonesia. And actually, many women have the potential to become entrepreneurs, but self-employment itself faces with a lot of issues, such as financial capital, business skills, network, and supports. However, though, the development of new ICTs, in this case is social media, has brought new hopes to support women entrepreneurship. Why? Because they're relatively cheaper, easy to use, and allow users to be connected to the larger networks. In addition, probably we already know that Indonesia is known as one of the biggest social media nations. There are many inhabitants of Indonesia that regularly connect to social media such as Twitter, Facebook, BlackBerry Messengers, etc. Thus, it gives aperture for business promotional activities in this social media. Although this social media entrepreneurship is well developed in Indonesia, however, this phenomenon is not duplicated in other countries, including other Southeast Asian nations. That is why now I'm going to present you with factors influencing the success of women's social media entrepreneurship that are unique to Indonesia. The first one is mobility and flexibility offered by social media. With social media, practically business can be done anytime and at anywhere. Even these women can still do business while taking care of their family. In addition to that, social media is also relatively low cost. These women just need to purchase a smartphone, and they do not need to have a physical store to showcase their products or services. In addition to that, social media technology is relatively easy to use. With social media features, this woman can easily post photos, make promotional activities without the necessity to have really high internet skills. The next factor is the social and capital gain through social media interaction. Business through social media can help these women to reach larger publics. If with a physical store, they can potentially only attract people surrounding the store, but with social media, they can attract people from anywhere in the world. The next one, they can learn from and supported by other people in this network. Many of these women admitted that the reason they started this business is because the encouragement from other people that they meet in the network, and they can even learn about new business skills from these people. In addition to that, their online contact are also potential customers for their products. The next factors is the unequal distributions of products. Indonesia is known as the largest archipelago in the world, and the development between one island to another is somehow unequal. Because of that, women in these urban areas can sell products and potentially have a large target audience in other islands that are not well developed. In addition to that, people in urban areas have lack of time to do shopping. Instead, they prefer to shop online after they finish working. And the last reason is the confidence and satisfaction gained from owning this business. These women feel proud to have their own money, and this encourages them to develop the business. With their own money, they feel that they have more independence in deciding what they want to spend with it. And because this business allows them still to take care of their family, they feel happy and they gain support from other family members. So this can also be a solution to solve the dilemma between having a career or taking care of the family. So as a conclusion, the research finding confirmed that the online business has the potential to empower women. Second, social media entrepreneurship can be seen as a solution to the dilemma faced by women between managing career and household responsibilities. Finally, social media entrepreneurship works for women in Indonesia because of the several factors that I mentioned earlier, which are flexibility, and then social capital, unequal distributions of goods, lack of time among customers, and confidence and satisfaction gains from this business. So that's all our presentation. Thank you very much. We hope it brings new insight to you and your research. And if you have other questions regarding this presentation or this study, please do not hesitate to contact us at the following contact details.